initially, not even. So it has been a very, very, very long time since I've filmed anything. I mean, literally anything. I think it's been, the last time I checked my YouTube video, my YouTube channel, it was like a year ago since I had posted any video at all, literally at all. And then I was at the table and I'm having dinner, and my oldest was like, hey mom, like, why don't you film anything anymore? And I was just like, I don't know, like, I don't have time. And she's like, stop finding excuses, you should film. And I'm like, that's weird. And I was just nervous. Like, I was just like, no, like, maybe YouTube just isn't for me, because and even now, like, I no longer have access to my camera. Like, I had a Nikon camera and I was like, I'm not gonna be filming anymore, so why am I gonna keep this thing? So I got rid of it. And then so now I'm filming with my phone. And don't get me wrong, camera quality is great on my phone, but at the same time, it's like, before I used to have the outside of my camera flip come out, and with the iPhone, like, you know that the lens is here, but I see my face on the square. So if you don't see me looking at you, I'm looking at myself to make sure that I'm actually able to do my makeup today. But anyway, so she's like, yeah, like, why don't you film anymore? And I was like, you know what, like, she's right. And then she goes, if you don't try it, then how do you know you'll fail? And I was like, she's right. So as I sit here in a baby chair, because since we moved from upstairs, we moved downstairs, it's weird, and upstairs we had an extra room, and we had that, and that was our office, that was our filming room, and now we don't have that. So I'm literally sitting in I'm sitting in MJ's little, like, chair. As you can see the background, like, it's my little couch, it's the sofa, and then it's my desk back there. And I'm sitting in front of my window so that I can get as much light as possible, which isn't happening today because it is cloudy, and I'm on my little tiny coffee table. I'm on my coffee table, which feels very strange, but it is what it is. I promised her that I will film, and I will continue to film. So, and honestly, like, I was like, I don't know if I want to film, because my makeup isn't as flashy as it was before. I used to wear, like, glitters and, you know, do sharp eyebrow and all that stuff, and I don't do that anymore. Trying to keep it simple, especially running around so much. But while I keep talking, I'm never gonna end up actually doing my makeup. So I'm going to start. I'm gonna prep my skin with the Maybelline Master Prime. I fluctuate from primers depending on what it is I need for, like, my makeup, or better yet, that day. And then yeah, so recently, and not recently, because I've used this primer in the past, and I've, you know, always compared it to this Smashbox primer. This one just seems a little bit more smoother. Yeah, and as I talk about this primer and rub it against my nose, this is actually new. Like, the last time I filmed, I didn't have this. This is new, it's real, it's not fake. I got it done before I quit my job. Yeah, like, I quit my day job to be a mama. No, I'm joking. Like, I've always been a mom, but Yeah, it's just so weird. I think this past year has just been insane. Like the last time I posted was a year ago. I think there's so many changes within that year. So much personal growth has happened in that year. Obviously, growth in my hair because it's gotten really long. It's been an interesting year. It has been. I'm going to. And this one I've been loving so much. This is the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover Foundation. It has an SPF of 50. The only other foundation CC cream that I know that has an SPF of 50 is actually a cosmetics one, and I've been using them both. I was using them both during the summer, but when I got my hands on this one, I was like, holy crap. Like, I like this one a little bit more than the CC cream from It Cosmetics, and I'm using a Luxie 532 round blender brush. I used to use a beauty blender, beauty blender, beauty sponges, way more in the past, but I started noticing that they were picking up so much of my actual foundation. I was going through product really quickly, and I know this shade seems like on the camera it seems a little bit darker, but I'm just like a little, after a while it blends in. So yeah, I like this foundation. So yeah, I quit my job a year ago. It was nuts. I felt it needed to be done. It really needed to be done. A lot of personal things going on. Just life got crazy in a good way. And I think if I didn't quit my job, a lot of the things that I'm doing now, I don't think I would have done if I would have stayed at that job. I created a podcast. It's called Coffee with Lily. I use the main feed is on Anchor, but you can find it on iTunes, Spotify, anywhere you stream a podcast. I started it before the summer started, and then the summer happened, and then I took the summer off with the kids and was like, oh, I'm not gonna be really doing anything. Like, I'm not gonna be writing on the blog. I'm not gonna be recording any podcasts. I was like, the wrong timing to be starting a podcast, but it is back to fall, so we're back on. The new episode comes out at the end of this week. Probably this video will come out before. And yeah, so I've been working with like great people to get it going and get it organized, because your girl here has a crazy schedule. I'm gonna be highlighting the face with my L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. I am obsessed with this concealer. Why? Because in a way, the doe foot applicator does remind me, it does remind me of the Tarte Shape Tape. Like, it's really big. I like the coverage. It lasts a long time. And for me, it doesn't really crease on the skin. Not really. Not really, it doesn't. Like, I don't have to really set it to get like a good, and I don't know why, but I'm actually putting on more concealer than normally, because I don't know, I guess I sat here and started filming and decided, hey, we're gonna go all full, like, we're gonna do it up today. I don't know why. But yeah, we're gonna do like, I like to keep my makeup very kind of simple. My makeup doesn't usually take me a long time anymore to do. Before, I don't know why, but before it used to take me about an hour to do my makeup, and I was like, why is it taking me so long to do my makeup. Like, it makes no sense at all. It was driving me crazy. I felt like, I don't know, my face was like super duper cakey, and I don't know, it felt weird. Like, didn't feel right, if that makes sense. I'm setting my under eye. Let me see if I can focus since I'm using my phone. It's the Makeup Revolution Luxury Baking Powder in Banana. Ooh, shine, go away. Oh my god, I have like this big like shine spot on my forehead. I can't get rid of it. Go away, go away, go away. It's not gonna go away. Nope, oh, it went away. So yeah, so I'm using that to set under my eye. MJ loves using my brushes. So sometimes I'll pick up a brush. Like, usually I set my face with the Sigma Spotlight Duster, but this actually has bronzer on it because he dipped it in bronzer. So I'm gonna be using my e.l.f. blush brush. It has like a little point. I like to use this occasionally to set my under eye. Jesus. So yeah, so I don't know, it's been a crazy year. The main reason behind quitting my job was because MJ was going to be starting school soon, and we don't want to put him on a school bus. We just don't feel comfortable doing so. And a lot of that stems from just he's nonverbal, so we were just like, we're not comfortable with it. So we were just like, no, it's not gonna happen. You know, when he does start to communicate with us, then we'll consider putting him on the bus, but till then, not happening. I'm going to bronze up the skin with my Urban Decay Beached Bronzer in Sunkiss. This is one of my favorite bronzers. I bought this on a whim and just fell in love with it. Like, you don't need to use too much. It doesn't leave your skin super orangey. I don't know. I love it. And this is my second one. Like, I can't, and it's like already, like I can't get enough of it. And it's blendable, it's nice. So yeah, so my oldest was just like, you should do it again. I told her I would, and here I am, back at it again. And I guess the reason why I was so just like, I don't know, maybe YouTube's not for me, is because talking to a camera, even doing my Insta stories, like, I feel, I don't know how to say it. It's like, I feel like it's just, I feel out of place. Like, I feel like everybody's staring at me. And it's weird because you put your picture out there and you put your face everywhere, so that essentially, you know, you're not well, I mean, I say well known, but so you're out there, you know, and you're recognized. People see your talent, and hopefully, you know, I don't know. But she was just like, why don't you, like, you need to go back, you need to do it again. And to actually bronze up the skin, I use the Morphe E4 brush. So, you know, here I am trying to do this again. Trying to do it again. And to blush my face, to put blush on, the blush I'm using is the Tarte Double Duty Beauty Makeup Every Moment. Make every moment count. This one I got from my my Ipsy subscription, not in the actual like Ipsy box, but now on Ipsy you can actually purchase, not now, it's been a while, you can purchase like makeup palettes and stuff like that. So this one is a, whoo, excuse the mirror, it's so dirty. This one has 3 different little thing like trios. I actually just swivel my brush on all of them, dust off a little bit, and then just, and I don't like to put my blush like, you know, like they tell you to start here. I actually like to just bring it up on the side. See, like I don't, for some, like I don't know, maybe because I have like high cheekbones or something, like I really don't like it there. I feel like I look like a clown if I do, so I just bring it up to the sides. So yeah, and this stuff smells really nice. And I'm using my Real Techniques blush brush, which I've had for years. And that's pretty much my base. For highlighter, I don't know whether to use, and this is usually, is every day, most of the time, this is what my face looks like nothing crazy. What usually ends up changing is like my highlighter, and today I'm going to go with the Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator in Pixie Pearl. I got this one at Marshall's. Yes, at Marshall's. And I love Marshall's, and I love the fact that they sell like makeup, like actual like high-end makeup. Makes me happy. And it's just, it's funny because before I used to go to Marshall's, I used to not see so many different like high-end products at Marshall's, or it's TJ Maxx, and then all of a sudden they have them everywhere. Like you can find Anastasia, you can find MAC, I don't know, can you find MAC? Yes, I found MAC there before. Anastasia, you found like so many different products there where it's like high-end, and I was like, oh, I got excited. I was like, yay, I get to save some money on the stuff that I always end up going broke for. Juan hates it. It drives him, I think, a little bit crazy, like how much I actually do love, ew, I got an eye booger, how much I actually do love makeup. Like, he knew it from the beginning, and now he's just stuck with it. But so yeah, so MJ, we you know, he started school, and we wanted him to feel more comfortable, and then he was having a hard time at his daycare, you know, communicating and getting his needs and wants like understood. And they were amazing, like his daycare was great, but you know, when you have like one kid who can't really communicate so much what they want and need, and he was actually, you know, doing therapy to actually find a better way to communicate, he was just like, you know what, like he was just having a hard time. So we decided that it was best if, you know, I quit my job and got him more comfortable with like expressing himself and teaching him how to do that stuff. I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Zip Brow and my Anastasia brush. I love this brush. I have to buy a new one because it's holding together by tape. MJ broke it, and this is the number 12 brush. It has like the spoolie in the back and the fine tip in the front. I used to do my eyebrows like super defined, and I've been letting them grow out. Like before, they used to be like uber thin, but I'm letting them grow out, so you see like they look somewhat full. It makes me happy. Like Jesus, what I used to do to my eyebrows when I was younger, it is insane. I used to pluck them so thin and then get them waxed so thin, and then I started noticing that they weren't growing back even, they were growing back sparse. And then before, I was doing my eyebrows so defined and so it looked like I was painting, my eyebrows were painted on, that they no longer look like hair. So now it's just, what I do is I shape the bottom, right? And then I just go up, fill in wherever there seems to be some sparseness, and then pretty much that's it. Like I don't know, I guess it's just now. And usually what I like to do is I like to just put some on the back of my hand and warm it up. That way it goes on smoother and not so harsh, if that makes any sense. But yeah. And then now it's allergy season, so I have like congestion a little bit in my nose, and it drives me crazy because I have, when I was younger, a window fell on my nose. So if I bend, like, I don't know if you can see it, like if I push my nose down, the cartilage curves to the side. So usually I end up really congested in one nose and then I can't breathe. And everybody's been like, oh, like you just go get it fixed, like it's fine. And I'm like, you mean get a nose job? Yeah. Get a nose job. And it's funny, I'm gonna be 33 next month. And I've never considered getting a nose job. Like it's, I don't know, I guess going under scares me, and then I'm gonna be a couple weeks with just this like messed up nose. So I'm just like, I don't know. And I'm worried that I may look really different, like with a different nose. Because I feel like every time somebody gets a different nose, like they fix their nose, they look different and their face changes, and I don't want my face to change. I like my face the way it is. I want to be able to breathe clearly. So maybe I'm gonna have to do it, and I don't want to. But yeah. So quitting my job was interesting. It wasn't the way I originally wanted to quit my job, but if you do want to hear about quitting my job and what it's been like this last year, go to the podcast, listen to the episode. There you go. Oh snap, I plugged it, which feels weird. You don't want to, you don't have to, but if you do want to, you can go over there and listen to it. Me talk about how I quit my job, what it was like. But aside from me quitting my job, life has been very different. Like I, for the first time in so long, had the summer off where I can spend with the kids, spend time with the kids, be with them, have fun, enjoy the city, adventure, teach them things that I used to do when I was a kid. You know, it was a good summer. And then this year, oops, no, what did I do? This summer, this winter, this year, what is wrong with me? This year, B started kindergarten, and it feels surreal. So I have a kindergartner, I have a preschooler, and then I have a fourth grader. Crap, I'm getting old. And then, you know, it's funny because I have friends who don't have kids, right? Who don't have any kids. And then I have friends who have kids that are big, and then they're in, you know, junior high school already. And then I have friends who have kids in elementary school like mine, and then it's surreal. Like when we all get together and we're all talking to each other, why don't my brows look so different? I just think my brows are shaped different. That's probably my fault. We're gonna leave that like that. Anyway, being a parent, it's like insane. It's like you have kids that are kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, whichever elementary school, it's like you're so worried that they're gonna be okay. You're so worried that like they're gonna get bullied, because nowadays it's like everybody's just mean. I don't know. My lips feel a little bit dry, so I'm using the Fresh Beauty Sugar Advanced Therapy. And that stuff feels amazing. Like I use that for myself, and then I use it for the kids. Ugh, MJ. So MJ loves doing makeup with me, and he did this. I love him. I'm using the ColourPop All I See Is Magic palette. I love this palette. I got it alongside with my Tarte blush palette on Ipsy. I'm just going in with the neutral bone color. So yeah, so all like that time, that year of just like figuring out what we were gonna do, I actually went back to school to, you know, finish getting my degree in psychology. I would love to be a psychologist or psychiatrist, you know, whether or not medical school is in my future or not. I want to be able to help kids. I know how important it is to have, you know, a foundation where they feel comfortable speaking to, you know, either their parents or whoever. Sometimes kids feel embarrassed or feel like they can't speak to you, and over time I've learned that myself, you know, being a parent, that you can't always just push them away or push them to the side and be like, well, we can't talk about that right now, you're too young, and stuff like that. And just doing things like that can actually make a child like close in and make them not want to speak to you, or make them want to find the answer, and then they end up finding it the wrong way through someone else. So I feel like it's always better to be able to build that foundation with your own kids, and I find that over time that will benefit you as a parent. And I just want to be able to, you know, do that for other people as well. So going to school, learning, and doing all that stuff is important. And it was funny, like when I decided, I was like, okay, I'm home, I might as well just do something with my time. I felt bad in a way, and you know, doing freelance work. Deciding to go back to school was important. And then, you know, it's so weird how your kids are your cheerleaders. Like my oldest was like, yeah, you have homework, I have homework too, let's do our homework together. And that's pretty much what's been happening. And then now the fall semester started, they're in school now, I'm in school for the fall semester. We're literally sitting down at the table doing homework together, everyone. And MJ gets his little like tracing homeworks, and so does B, so it's cool. I'm gonna do pretty much my simple eye that I usually do all the time. I use these two colors predominantly just because they are, you know, more on the, I'm gonna take my little mirror because I can't really see on the screen. Just more simple, natural, quote unquote natural looking eye that I do frequently. And I don't go crazy. I just use, and this brush is, wow, I have a lot of Luxie brushes. This is a Luxie 249 brush. It has like the flat end at the top and then the blended on the end. And I usually just blend all around the eye, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, so having them in school, me being in school, taking time to adjust schedules, making sure everybody has their programs. The girls started their dance school this year, like their dance, the new dance year this year in September. Why do I keep saying this year? It's so weird. I always think of like the new school year as being like a new year, like an actual new year, but it's not. Yeah, MJ started school and he's all happy because he has like the same teacher this school year. And you know, they love him. They're really nice people. I'm so happy that we chose the school that he's in, it puts me a little bit at ease, because it can be so difficult to find like the right school, especially for a kid that's on the spectrum, because there are so many schools here that get funding for kids on the spectrum or kids with special needs, and they don't actually treat the kids with respect. And I feel like no matter what disability you have, whether you're normal, quote unquote normal, whether you have a disability, you should still treat a kid with respect. So, and then with the flat edge, I'm just taking the same shades and placing them under the eye, the lower lash line. It feels so strange to do this. Like, it's been a long time, but it's like, it feels like I haven't left. I do still watch YouTube all the time whenever I have like a spare moment, or I put it on in the background. And it's crazy because when, you know, before there wasn't as much like YouTube drama. Now it just seems like everywhere is YouTube drama. And I'm just highlighting the inner corner of the eyes with this shade. And you can't really tell that it's like a shiny iridescent. Let's see if I can. Let me see. Oh, there you go. It's like iridescent, shiny. It's like a goldish peach. Oh! There we go. It's like a goldish peach look. I like it. It's pretty. I hear my neighbors going upstairs. And to do my mascara, I'm going to be using the It Cosmetics Superhero in the shade Super Black. It's so nice. I like it. And I got that in an Ipsy. Oh, did I? No. I got that in either an Ipsy bag subscription or a Sephora subscription. And I like the subscription boxes because you can always try, you know, a new foundation. I mean, well, yeah, in the Sephora ones, I got foundation samples like from Makeup Forever. And then in Ipsy, you can try like blushes. They give you like makeup cleaning product, like facial cleansers and stuff like that. And I like it because you never, like, I hate going and buying a whole bottle of something and spending like not an enormous amount of money, but spending a generous amount of money on makeup and then not knowing if you're gonna actually like it or if it's gonna work for you or your skin type. So I like trying out the little minis. Like, I've been using this for a while and I like it, so I will be, once it's done, I will be purchasing like a new one. Like, I like this mascara. It's really, like, it makes a big difference. But and it's weird, like, I'm talking to you guys, I have this mom brain. My mom brain is like insane. It is insane. I can start a conversation and talk about something, and then within 2 seconds talk about something else and then forget that I talk in circles now. And I think that's because the kids are always like, Mom, can I get this? Mom, can I get that? Mom, this, that, mom. And then you're like, yes, but you can't have this. And then you can't, and then you circle back to where you started and you're like, what was I talking about? That is me now. That is me. That is me. And it drives me nuts. And honestly, I think it drives Swan nuts because I talk to him that way and he goes, why on earth? Why are you talking like that? And it's funny because when I started the podcast, that's it. See, it's all done. When I started the podcast, I wanted to try this Burt Bees lip gloss out. It's just it just says Burnt Bees lip gloss, and this is in the shade Richmond. That's weird. So it doesn't smell that great. It's just a lip gloss. It's fine. So what was I saying? See, when I started the podcast and I was doing the episodes, and I would have Juan actually listen to it first before I would put it up. Like, not the, I think it's like a couple, the first maybe like 2 I didn't, and then I started having him listen to it, and he would listen to them afterwards, and he would be like, why do you say like so much? You don't say like at all when you're speaking normally. Why do you say it so much? Like, why do you say it so much when you're either, you know, doing your Instagram stories or when you're recording the podcast? And I was like, I don't know. See, like, again, see, I'm going to, the next video, put a little button, count how many times did I say like, and I hate it. It just sucks. Anyway, this is the finished look. This is usually how I look on a regular basis. If you follow me on Instagram, it is, it's usually this makeup look that I usually have on. I do have other makeup. I love makeup. I just haven't really, it's strange. Like, you don't feel as inspired as you were, well, as I was. I'm not as inspired as I was a while ago when it came to like makeup. Skincare has been a big forefront for me. Like, I'm all about skincare now and taking care of my skin, and I think that's because I'm getting into the 30s, and I'm like, and I and I don't want my skin to get damaged. Like, women, as we get older, our skin, the sun, everything, you know, we have to take care of it. Like, it is important. I am going to be filming more. I made a promise, and I'm gonna keep it. And surprisingly, this wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I really thought I was going to be more nervous. I thought I was generally gonna hate it, because I spent so much time away from this, and so much time away from sitting, filming, doing my makeup, talking about makeup versus writing about makeup and taking pictures of makeup and taking pictures of my face, that, you know, it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. And baby, when you see this, see, mommy did it. I posted a video, and I am going to keep doing it, and you better hold me to it. I am so glad to be back. Why does it look like I have a bigger jaw over here than I have over here? It's so strange. Anyway, I am glad to be back. I hope you're glad to see me. If you like this video, subscribe. If you want to see more videos, hit that like button. I will leave everything I've used, links to what I've used, in the description box below. I will link the podcast to the description box below. You don't have to listen to it if you don't want to, but if you do, come by, listen. Leave a comment down below on what you may want to see. Life has changed so much within the last year. My Instagram has changed within the last year. It literally went from being strictly beauty to being beauty and food, to being beauty, food, lifestyle, to being beauty, family, food, lifestyle, you know, everything else in between. If you're interested in watching any of those types of videos, like my meal prepping videos, videos on family, things that I use with the kids, anything like that, let me know in the comment section down below. Again, give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for joining me. and I will see you guys on the next video. Hopefully that'll be the end of this week. I will edit this quickly today because I actually have time today. I will edit this today. More than likely it'll go up later today, this evening maybe, and then the podcast episode will then go up later this week. So thank you guys so much.